Welcome to another time for reflection. This month we've been reflecting on some of the well-known incidents in the life of Simon Peter. And this week we're reflecting on what are normally known as Peter's denials. But to follow the words of Jesus, they could be thought of as the times when Peter disowns Jesus. Whether Peter denies Jesus or disowns Jesus, they're not the sort of incidents that would do Peter much credit, are they? And yet, what took place is actually recorded in all four Gospels. None of the Gospel writers leave out these incidents. I don't know about you, but I find that encouraging. It speaks of the honesty of those who tell the story of Jesus. Oh yes, there are slight differences between the stories in the four Gospels, but they seek to tell the story truthfully, warts and all. Since Mark's Gospel was the first to be written, what I'm going to ask you to reflect on will be based on Mark's account of what took place. The last meal that Jesus would eat with his disciples has just taken place. They sing a hymn together, and then they go out to the Mount of Olives. You will remember that it was during that last meal, that last supper, that Jesus had said, "One of you will betray me." We're told that they were all saddened by what Jesus said. But on the Mount of Olives, Jesus explodes another bombshell. You will all fall away. One will betray me, but all of you will fall away. All of you will desert me. All of you will leave me on my own at the time of my greatest need. The comment at the meal had made them all sad. Well, what do you think was their reaction to what Jesus said on the Mount of Olives? Mark gives us Peter's reaction. Even if they all fall away, I will not. But then we're told, and all the others said the same. Were they calling Jesus a liar? Were they telling the Son of God that he didn't know what he was talking about? Were they suggesting that he, the Son of God, didn't know what was about to take place? Simon Peter totally rejects what Jesus has just said would take place. Mark tells us that Peter insisted emphatically, "Even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you." We would expect nothing less of Simon Peter. That's the sort of response that we would expect. That we would expect from the big fishermen who tended to say what others might be thinking. But Jesus hasn't finished speaking yet. Now he's speaking directly to Simon Peter. And his words must have cut through all of Simon Peter's boldness and self-assurance. Jesus says to Simon Peter, I tell you the truth. Today, yes, tonight, before the cock crows twice, you will disown me 3 times. But then they go on to the Garden of Gethsemane, and Jesus is arrested. If you turn to Mark 14 and verse 50, you will find a very short verse that simply says, then everyone deserted him and fled. Jesus had told the truth. All of the disciples, including Simon Peter, had put their own safety first and had turned tail and had disappeared into the darkness. Jesus is taken before the Sanhedrin, made up of the chief priests, the elders, and the teachers of the law. But something else has happened. Look at verse 54. Peter followed him. Peter followed Jesus at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest. There he sat with the guards and warmed himself at the fire. They all fled, as Jesus said they would. But Simon Peter seems to have had second thoughts. He returns to follow Jesus. Oh, at a distance. We can only guess what must have been going on inside Peter's head. Was he repeating to himself what Jesus had said about him? Was he hearing again his own words that such a thing could never happen? As Peter warmed himself by the fire, his heart and his head must have been in turmoil. First of all, it's the servant girl. You were also with that Nazarene, Jesus. Peter protests that he doesn't know what she's talking about. Denial number 1. Peter decides that it's time to move away from the warmth of the fire and perhaps find somewhere less obvious. He relocates to the entrance area, to the courtyard. But that servant girl is still watching him. She turns to those standing around. This fellow, he is one of them. Peter, once again, rejects any such suggestion. Denial number 2. After a little while, it's not just the servant girl. Others are now joining in. Yes, surely you are one of them, for you are a Galilean. Peter responds by cursing and swearing, and then, almost before he can stop the words tumbling out of his mouth, he hears himself saying, I don't know this man you're talking about. Before anybody can say anything else, they all hear the cock crow for a second time. Oh, they all hear it. But it's only Simon Peter who understands the full significance. Into his head come the words that have been spoken by Jesus. Before the cock crows twice, you, Simon Peter, will disown me 3 times. Some years ago, there was a book about Simon Peter, and it was called The Big Fisherman. Look at the big fisherman now. Mark tells us that Peter broke down and wept. One of you will betray me. And Judas did. You will all fall away. And they all had. Before the cock crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. And Peter had done exactly as Jesus said he would. You see, Jesus wasn't lying. Jesus did know what he was talking about. Jesus could speak with more authority about the future than most of us can speak of the past. As you reflect on the denials of Simon Peter, as you reflect on the ways in which Simon Peter disowned Jesus, what's the outcome of your considerations, your reflections? Do you see a man of confidence and full of self-assurance? Do you see a man of courage? Do you see a man who is capable of seeing and responding to second thoughts? Or do you see a man full of bluster? Do you see a coward or a traitor? Or do you see a man who, like the rest of us, one who is made up of strengths and of weaknesses? And is your view, your opinion of Simon Peter the same as how Jesus's opinion was of that same man? For remember, it was of that same man, the man that denied him 3 times, that Jesus said, "On this rock, I will build my church." I think that it's time that we share together in prayer. Heavenly Father, as we reflect on these incidents in the life of Simon Peter, we thank you, first of all, that you are a God who is not only willing to forgive, but a God who is willing to give those of us who are meant to be following you a second chance, and no doubt a third and a fourth chance as well. Lord, we recognize that Simon Peter let you down big time. He let you down when you most needed his support. And incredibly, you went into that experience knowing that all of your chosen disciples would desert you. And that Peter would deny he even knew you. Lord, that must have hurt. But as we think of Simon Peter's failures, we dare not point the finger. For we have been taught that when we do, 3 fingers are pointing back at us. Our failures may not be the same as Simon Peter's failures, but with embarrassment and with shame, we recognize that there have been times when we remained silent and we should have spoken. There have been times when we failed to acknowledge how important you are to us. Times when we fail to speak of our beliefs and our love of you, and our belief that someday we will begin to spend eternity with you. Lord Jesus, will you please forgive the times when our silences have disowned you and have denied the relationship that is so important to us. But as we ask for your forgiveness, may we also ask for the courage that drew Peter back into that courtyard. As we fail to be all that you would have us be, will you please give us another chance? Will you please give us as many other chances as we need in order to live the life that is pleasing to you, to live that life? We need the help of your Holy Spirit, for we recognize that Peter's denials, Peter's failures, all took place before the Pentecost experience that turned the coward into the preacher, into that preacher who, with one sermon, brought 3,000 souls into the kingdom of God. Please, Lord, fill us with your Spirit, that we might become the individual that you want us to be. This, our prayer, we ask in the name of the ever-forgiving Jesus. Amen.